Patrice Evra this morning said that he hoped that Paul Scholes has been hacked, and to be fair, he's right. Let's see what's happening between all the Man United legends and see why United fans right now are starting to switch off. What's going on, you beautiful people? My name's Dan. Welcome to Bring On United. Patrice Evra today has put petrol all over this bonfire, and there's quotes that have come out, and I completely agree with him. We're going to get into him. We're going to see why United fans are starting to become very disconnected with ex-Man United players. Yes, they've got the credentials, but it doesn't give them the right. Keep coming out with these childish, toxic sentences, just dividing the fan base, because right now there is a huge divide between Man United fans, both that go to the games, and United fans that don't. I don't know what it is, but whenever Man United lose a game, everybody comes out of the woodwork. Everyone's entitled to opinion, but when it becomes ex-Man United players, it seems like they're taking that as gospel. But all of the players seem to really like Man United and want them to do well. Do they? Do they really? What am I talking about, Dan? What am I talking about? My friends, let's have a look at what's happened recently. Paul Scholes' sarcastic Instagram story, which happened straight after the Newcastle game when we lost. Keane's constant negativity when it comes to Man United, Carrick's tenure especially. Patrice Evra also said, I'm not talking to the Man United board or Sir Jim Ratcliffe, but in my honest opinion, with no disrespect to PSG or Nasser Al-Khelaifi, but Luis Enrique would be a dream coach for Man United. I love the man, I love his philosophy, what he went through in his personal life and overcame it shows his personality. Players would have to work really hard to play for Man United. They'll have to run a lot. I think Enrique would bring that, but I don't think we should write off Michael Carrick. He's done a great job and we need to give him an opportunity. 100% we need to give him an opportunity. Gary Neville's commentary, yes, it's Gary Neville, I know. Evra suggested something quite interesting when it comes to Gary Neville's managerial position. I said to Neville, it's easy to talk on TV when you were at Valencia. They asked you for paella and you gave them fish and chips. Bland, salt and vinegar, football, but my God, I love me some fish and chips, I do. Gary Neville's history with management is terrible, especially at Valencia. So whenever he comes out with managerial advice, personally, I don't listen to it. Because he's a main voice that you hear over the commentary, it automatically makes it sound like it's gospel, and it isn't. I tell you right now, it's not. And it's nice to see that ex-players are starting to come out of the woodwork and defend Michael Carrick. This has been going on way too much. Right now, there's a lot of United fans that are not happy. Of course, there's going to be United fans out there that agree with the players because of the history, because of the love and the affection that they've got for him. When you actually rip out context and you have a look at what they're talking about, whether it makes sense, personally, it's for clout. It's for clout and becoming relevant, because right now they're not relevant anymore. When we look at the grand scheme of things, Michael Carrick beats Manchester City 2-0 on his first game. Then Arsenal away 3-2. United right now are third in the table. How's that being met? Is he being celebrated? Is he being spoken about in such a light way? No, he's not. No, he's not at all. Instead, it's just negativity, toxicity. And Evra absolutely nailed it. This is what you do when you work in TV. You can't be positive, you have to be negative. And you do. Because we see it on YouTube as well. Someone could have a great video with like a positive title, and it's not going to get views. It's not going to get clicks. It's not going to get people fear-mongered, because negativity always wins the race. And this is something I don't want to be doing on this channel. I don't want to be doing toxicity. I still want to be talking about the negative facts, because United are not just like a golden egg right now. They're not like the United that we know of old. We already know that. So we don't need to dwell on this. Instead, we need change. We need to figure out how, why, and moving forward, how we can improve things. The way that the ex-players are starting to push the agenda, which is understandable, because there still needs to be a negative outlook when it comes to the ownership, the money, the whole fact of them changing all of the ticket prices. All of our efforts should be focused on that, not the fact of Michael Carrick might not be the best manager right now. Those reverberations are not going to help the team. We need to help the team. We need to get and cement the Champions League positions and worry about this in the summer. It's not a conversation that us as fans will change right now. United's ownership have an idea of what they're doing. They've got managers that they're already having a word with, that they're trying to get interviews and stuff with. Yes, we have our opinion. Yes, we have voices, but it's nothing we can control. And these guys have clout. They have a history. They have a certain prestige to them because of the name and the history that they've got. So when they start spouting things like this, United become disconnected. Automatically now you get a divide between the fan base. They know how much power they have when it comes to the club. They know that their words, what they say, have a negative impact. They have gravitas when it comes to the fan base. Nicky Butt as well. What happened between the Martinez situation and Haaland? There's still things that pop up on my TikTok and even on YouTube Shorts and stuff that keep popping up about that conversation. The media machine rewards controversy over support. They've moved from club servants now to personalities, just television personalities. And that shift matters. Let's get into the things that have been said recently, because there's been an absolute boatload of quotes that have been stated, both from Roy Keane, Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes is an absolute petulant child. I like Paul Scholes and I love the team that he was in. That's the era that I grew up in watching Manchester United. But the fact that he's coming out almost every single game to either prove himself right or just the petulance, it's irritating. And fans are now starting to get, not listening. So you start getting people like Goldbridge. I know I keep bringing Goldbridge in, but he's questioning of like why criticism isn't allowed. It's allowed. We need to have a conversation. You need to have the negative points, but criticism is allowed. It's not just necessarily the criticism. It's whether it's justified criticism. It's not the fact of just criticism. It's justification for what you're saying, because there was no justification when it came to the Lisandro Martinez and Haaland debate. I know I keep bringing that back, but how is that justifiable? Just because one's taller than the other. Then the petulance of Paul Scholes, is that justified? No. Was it a United loss that shouldn't have happened? Potentially. They were an extra player up against 10 men of Newcastle. So it's the toxicity of these words that aren't justifiable. That's where the criticism shouldn't be accepted by fans. We're allowed to have criticism. That is where conversations start. It has to be done in a right way. I don't think the players realize how loud their voices are and how what they say has gravitas, pure gravitas, to Man United fans that will believe them and then automatically splitting the fans in half. And we don't need that civil war within a club. You're adding more fuel to the fire of, oh, Carrick's not good enough, and or shouldn't have done this, or if we got somebody else in, he wouldn't have done this mistake. When we start looking into the grand scheme of things of everything that's happened in the league, especially this year in results, United are way up there. And that is down to Carrick and his backroom staff. So before we start writing off Michael Carrick and thinking that the grass is always greener on the other side, Carrick is one of us. Quiet, no ego, proved himself at Middlesbrough. Yeah, okay, it was a championship team, and he's managing the biggest team in England right now. Automatically, there's a divide there going, oh yeah, well, he's not going to be successful because he's got no experience. Well, give the guy time. Give the guy the opportunity to work in an environment that isn't toxic. If you automatically going to say how bad he's performing after one game, all of the negativity, the cancel culture after one game, we need to back Carrick. He's in the job right now. We haven't got anyone else lined up. Until the moment that he does leave, he's sacked, we then go and show the allegiances to the next manager, because that's what you do as a club. You have to rally together to try and gain that positive traction when it comes to a club. If all we're going to do is just point the finger at that one game, everybody currently is talking about the Malacia situation. Why did Malacia come on and instead why didn't we put Heaven on? How I see that is that you've got 5 minutes left of the game. If you start putting on a centre back in a full-back position, you are also then going to have to change the other players in the back, or even just change certain positions. When it comes to a decision of either playing one person or several players out of position or just changing a like for like, you're obviously going to go for the like for like for 5 minutes, aren't you, without confusing the rest of the team. And we move on. We're on to Villa next. That's one result out of 7. Carrick has done such a good job, and all United fans right now are just tired of the ex-pundits coming out and adding to the fire, because Champions League is on. We're still third, guys. We still need to play Aston Villa, who are behind us, who are chasing for the same position. We get a decent result against Aston Villa at Old Trafford, everything starts looking different. We've got Leeds and Brentford coming up, and Bournemouth as well. We start getting decent results with them. Even Chelsea, we start getting decent results away at Chelsea. Everything still looks different. We still look like we could potentially chase Man City. You start focusing on all the negatives, you start focusing on the toxicity, it will just get worse. We need to be focused. we need to be calm. And as a Man United fan base, for example, I received this comment yesterday when I uploaded a video up onto YouTube. It was a short regarding the match reaction versus Newcastle. Literally, how is it so difficult to think that... I love the comment, by the way. A huge thank you for leaving that comment. If you agree with me on anything, then please just let me know in the comments below. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. This is an area, it's a safe place that we can have a conversation. Why is it so hard to believe there's a Man United fan that's online that isn't toxic, that isn't negative, that's actually got an outlook there? You see the big picture, because there's so many of us, there's loads of us. And why is it difficult to see that? Because of all of the negativity and the toxicity that these ex-player pundits come out. Fans of different teams will be watching that game as hate watchers. He's a representative of your club. Why is he speaking so negative about you? That whole fan base is toxic. It's not. There's so many of us that think the same. And these ex-players are really starting to irritate me. If you agree with me, then please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button as well, and join a community where we just want to see United win and we want to be positive about it. Stop the toxicity and move on. How about we stick with Michael Carrick for now and we support him as our manager, and let's throw all of our weight and effort behind the ownership and the Glazers of increasing the ticket prices that they've done. The season ticket prices have gone up 5%. Why don't we start focusing on all the negativity and putting all our time and effort on getting these monsters out of the club, and instead leave Michael Carrick and his backroom staff to actually do a job for us? Yes, the result wasn't great. It's not what we wanted as a United fan, but my God, the ride and the belief of Man United is back. However, we also need to support our own. So guys, big love to all of you. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you're new. If you're looking for a Man United YouTube channel that isn't toxic and still wants to talk about the negatives, but still in a positive way, then please hit the subscribe button and share the videos out, because it would mean loads. Whether you agree, whether you don't, let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be there to respond to every single one of you. Keep being awesome, you beautiful people. I'll see you in the next one. See you later. Did you like that video? Well, there's another one over here. All you got to do is click on this button right there, which I think you're really going to enjoy. And if you don't, let me know why in the comments below, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below on what you like to see on this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep being awesome, guys. See you later.